My biggest breakthrough in business, in the real estate business, was when I started looking outside of the real estate business for coaching, consulting, skill building. And on this Reside podcast with my business partner, Suneet Agarwal, we're going to break down one of the most epic performances. Suneet and I have both spent literally millions of dollars being and are still in, and we'll keep chasing the knowledge, but we're action takers. But when all the money that we've invested and all the time that we've spent in learning and growing outside the industry, which has impacted his business and my business, what Alex Hormozi did was unbelievable. We want to unpack it for you. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reside podcast discussion with my pal, Suneet. Suneet, welcome, my man.
Yes, I am so excited to talk about this. I was chatting, as many of us have been chatting about this, the Super Bowl of Internet Marketing.
I mean, anyways, we could go into all of that, and I'm sure the conversations will continue, but let's go into, for you, share some of the things that stood out the most to you.
So, full disclosure, I'm a Hormozi fan girl, 100%, right? I read the first book so many times, listen to the podcast quite often. I like the podcast because it's not super long like some of the other ones, like quick 20 minutes, so I'm able to digest it. And I really liked what the first book had and the simplicity and the deliverability. No doubt, I think Alex Hormozi was the one responsible for the way that so much content is being done on Instagram and TikTok with all the colorful captions and like that. Like, I feel like Alex was one of the first people to really do that, right? So he's been copied by a lot of people, myself as well. And when I heard about the new book, I don't know if you knew, but I was a big affiliate of that, John, right? Like, I got like 500-600 signups, dude. Like,
I knew you were because my inbox was getting nailed. I'm not
yes.
seeing it, my friend, that much. He can text me and call me. He ain't got to email me.
Yes. Yeah. So I got in at that level, which was a cool experience for me. Not that I got paid, right? Which was one of the tricky parts, is I didn't get paid. I was excited to also do it and participate. So the buildup of the launch, dude, like, I was texting you guys. You guys better watch this. Like, you better watch it. I don't care. And I think that the execution was done super duper.
But I need to interrupt you. I need to go right in because there's so many little things. So here's the thing. Cindy, did you need money from an affiliate sales to change your life at all, to impact your business? Did you need
No.
money?
No.
Okay. So here's what I want people to capture. Why did you do it? Why would you encourage people? There's who we are as human beings, but in the grand scheme of, let's go strategically in business, because these are the principles too that Alex was doing. Why would you strategically in business do an affiliate, run traffic at your list, which we are very conscious of because we want to keep it sanitary? Why would you do that?
I mean, dude, because I knew that what was being handed out would be super valuable and digestible.
Well, I think here's the big piece. Law of association and deposits.
Also,
It's how we worked in our business relationship. It's how you work with your agents. The one piece is I think the mistake that people make in business is you think you need to be the man, the woman. If I were to look at my business career, Suneet, there's one thing I'd change. I'd go back and stop trying to prove myself so much. Right? Trying to prove myself instead of what are my greatest vehicles to bring true value? Because we talk about this all the time. How am I giving value to the marketplace? Everything you get out of the marketplace is in direct proportion to the value you're giving to it. So what I know that unconsciously is that, oh, great, if there's an affiliate fee, whatever, but your constant, it is a focus and intention to be associated with giving value to the market, giving value to your people. so that ultimately, let's look in business. Sure, there's the goodness in our heart. We're in a for-profit business. It's the ancient, and this is where it goes down to what you mentioned too, simplicity. The ancient laws of reciprocity, the law of fair exchange. And people say, well, anyone could have sent him, the link to that. Anyone could have. That's
Yep.
what we'll say. You say anyone could. Anyone can do what he did at second grade level. He spoke to you like a second grader. And I
Dude, that simplicity and just being able, because I mean, about like whatever topic, I have been, I mean, we both have been talking about the principles laid out in the book at some level in a different format forever.
years.
Yeah. However, I feel like at least my deliverability was too complex, right? But now we're getting into the kind of the book. But yes, being able to talk to everybody, like we were saying, wide open avatar, it's so applicable. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're in business not besides the real estate, this is an really applicable episode. And also for all the agents, like it's so applicable.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just nailed it. And it's something we've both been taught, and y'all, if you haven't heard it, you're hearing it now, but I doubt. Stop talking over your audience. If I go back to what I stated earlier, is I just for too many years of my career, I want to prove myself. So it's like, how many college words can I use before I sound really smart? And yet I was the dummy the whole time, right? Don't talk over your audience. And then because like, you guys, I'm sure you watch. If you haven't, you will. Well, I hope you do. Is that like we were just pinging? He just said this. He just said this. He just agreed. The don't talk over your audience. But the masterful thing, you guys, if you're a real estate agent, or a team leader or broker owner manager in any business. So let's go B2C, B2B. Okay. I think that the team leader, the real estate business to the agent, that's a B2B. It is not a B2C. They're not your consumer, your customer. They're your business partner.
Sure.
I mean, but the bottom line is you've got to look at what he mastered is the consumer or customer awareness journey.
100%.
So how he broke that down at the end, how he was going into my opinion, watch this. Okay. I'm going to be constructive. I don't know. I think it was a long time in the product space.
I heard similar feedback from people who know the same thing, right? Me and you shared that feedback. Yeah.
But partly I was pissed off because just sell me it right now. And that's the other thing to look at. It was just, but watch this, you guys. There's indifferent. Okay. There are people that were they're indifferent, but hey, curiosity. There is problem aware. There is solution aware, and there is your solution aware, and then there's deal aware. Okay. So there's those different journeys. What Alex did beautifully, and so many times hone in, who is your ideal customer? Well, his ideal customer could have been, if you're at 8 figures and want to go to 9 figures, I'm your guy. No, he hit everyone. You want your first 5, what was it? Your first 5 customers?
Yes.
First, if you're this person, I've got something for you. And he went down it. Like, I have never watched someone talk to, because there was a certain silo you fall in, we fall in together. It's all good. I'm not saying that the lead magnet stuff, I'm going back in we've done hundreds of lead magnets and hundreds of thousands of downloads. I'm going to go back in and look at what is one, a landing page. But he talked to everyone while not losing you. Whereas like, oh, this isn't for 8-figure coaching business, I'm gone. So he would talk to the multiple, 6 avatars did he talk to?
Yes.
6 products. So that's the piece that was masterful to me, how he took and said, oh, my audience is huge. Not just because I've got massive impressions and I speak so well and I've got a Band-Aid on my nose and get up, right? Like he did it. That piece right there, you guys watch this, because guess what? You've got people that are right now, they'll never join me as a recruit. So you don't even market to them. Well, guess what? There's a message for them. And the person that, okay, I've got a problem. I don't particularly want to make a move. Solve the problem where they're at while they're still there. So you make the deposit. So then they see you as you're the solution aware. So
Yes.
I mean, it's two separate things, but are very, very parallel. That was compelling to me how he talked to multiple avatars in one presentation and probably didn't lose people either.
That's what I was gonna say. I was watching the numbers, whatever version we had, which was by far, and I didn't see a fall off.
No, dude,
And that's something that really I'm obsessed about is the fall offs because I didn't see a fall off. We stayed on till so here's the thing. When's the last time you sat through somebody else's whole presentation like that on a webinar?
bro. I ain't terrible. You know what I do? I sign up, make sure I sign up enough, and I wonder, man, just because I'm thinking cardio replay, man. I'm again. I mean, that 30 minutes of cardio. Oh, I got something. I'll weaken my cardio.
But we both stayed on till the end, and we both would have paid whatever price he said. I was looking at my desk for my good credit card.
I was sitting there, dude. I was with cell phones. I'm like, whoa, and hitting notes, and I mean, here's another one for me, and it's talked about, but I think what we want to do is drill down to it and love people's comments and comment in this, whether it's on YouTube or wherever you're watching or listening to this. The ultimate demonstration of belonging. Now, I could be wrong, but this is my perspective on it. He grabbed people at all these different levels of the journey. And I think his ultimate objective is acquisition.com. That's where he's building his asset value, and his path to $1 billion. I don't know that he declared I want to be a billionaire, but I don't know, that might be a scorecard for him. And I think he'll wear the same clothes and he's going to be the same guy. Don't know him, but I'm guessing he's going to be that guy. But I think there was a genuineness and a long-term play. So I think there's a genuineness in what he wants to do for people, was how it felt. Here's the thing, doesn't matter whether he's genuine or not. It matters how it feels to me. Okay. So it felt genuine. He wants everyone to have the opportunity, but the ultimate long game, because here's what he's looking at. He knows the percentage of people that are going to use the training. Very, very few.
Very few.
Then he knows even the further lower percentage of people are going to hit that 1 million revenue threshold to be in acquisition.com. So he played this long game for what, 2 years, mapping this thing out and then giving away training and knowing it's going to take people. Yeah, you'll have some people wanting it wonders, but by the time someone gets to the $1 million in revenue, or the person that was on there that is already at the $1 million, like, he's given them so much goodwill, they're going to be just like us. Please take my money. They're going to be, please buy into my company or partner.
Dude, nurturing with great content, nurturing with free stuff. That's how you win, right? And it just relates to everything that realtors do. And it's just that, dude, is master. Like, if you can copy just the printables in the webinar and the launch and the whole process, the emails, the social posts, like, you do that for your real estate business, man. It's crazy.
Well, you're the ones I think the spectacle of it, and I have learned this, and I'll pass this on to y'all, is, some of the largest and most successful emailers and campaigns, they email at a second grade level. If you look at, there was a video that he did on a private jet. He was flying, and he's not douchey, look at this.
Oh, it's not a fancy jet. He's just multitasking.
Yeah. And they asked him, why do you I forget what the question that was posed to him. Why are people so engaged in your content? Why do they see you're so great? Why do they think you're so smart? He said, because I'm really, really simple. He talked about the words he uses, the phrases he broke down how he talks to you on a video, which was also part of that presentation because
Yes.
there, and then he did it again. Every slide was the exact words he was speaking.
Yes.
Every slide. And then from your good friends who you had shared with me a tip you got from him. He's a web
Jason. Yeah.
had mentioned the thing of taking a deck and say you got 20 slides, triple it.
Yeah. Make it 60. Yeah.
60. That was interesting. And it's just like, duh. How many bullet points do I stack on one freaking page? And people are like, okay, it's the same thing as writing copy. We always talk about, don't write 7 lines, write 3 lines, white space. I mean, that's what makes him so remarkable is the basic. I wrote down some really cool stuff here that I, little phrases. I know this works because.
Yes.
Example. I know this works because. I know this works because.
Notice how many times you also said really quick, so that.
So that. Or so you can. So
Yes.
so you can. His future pace at the very beginning, okay? Twice. 2 things. Will I sell you something or not?
Yes.
And then the second, special project at the end that so you're going to see me reward you for it. And now I got to deliver on it though too, because my integrity, just so much authentic build up in his future pacing. Constantly pointed out proof of concept. Here's what was very interesting. And he made his stand, and it's very similar to where we go too. He says, well, the walk is the only thing that matters. What you say means to you. The walk is the only thing that matters. And then I love what he did is he totally shit on passive income. He says passive income bullshit. He says,
I know, dude.
Massive rhetorical questions. Go back, you guys. How often are you as a leader? We talk about this in leadership. Stop telling people, man. No one wants to be told. People want to be the hero. So many times, like he's the freaking rock star hero, but he's not trying to be. He's asking questions. He's pulling people along. He's seeing the next step so masterfully. He was just so big on, because he used these words. What was it? He demonstrated proof of concept that walk is the only thing that matters. Massive credibility and authority statements littered throughout the freaking presentation.
Yes.
Remember how he weave in, or like, here's what was really, really good that I watched in the avatar thing, because now it ties back. Because at the end, when he was going through the products, he was talking about different avatars. But do you notice when he would teach something, or like Joey, who made his first $25,000
Yes.
month, but then he would escalate. Sal. Like he hit on every single one. So it's like, oh, okay, you're not going to. He kept you through the entire. Everyone that was there. Here's why he kept everyone, you guys, because it's like a story. Everyone found a place that they could fit in the story, and he anchored you. He was relative.
Yes. Dude, and that's the part that threw me for a loop, just knowing, because everyone's saying he's doing the perfect webinar format, which, yes, and that's a Russell Brunson thing, and, Jason and all those guys. And I fly around with that in my backpack. I printed it out. So I've studied it. I've like you've heard me. I've studied it a lot last couple of years. And I was, man, the testimonials, every part of the value stack, like, I don't think that's in there, but it's really damn good. It was really good. And
how about you do this and have demonstrated it. You shared it on stage in Tahoe last year. And you talk about it all the time, and you do it. 300 posts a week when he was breaking down. A week, but then his other But then his other offsetting comment, he says, "You want to guarantee don't grow? Don't tell people what you do or let them know about your stuff."
Yeah. Stuff too.
Right. Um, let's see those ones. Platforms change, principles are the same.
Yes.
Platforms change, principles same. The I think the ultimate piece though was the staying in massive, and it's really, really simple, massive contribution, because a lot of people, you know what they're going to do? Because Dean Graziosi, we were talking about this, Dean and Brendan were telling a mastermind group of us about 2 months ago. They said, you know, the biggest mistake people make, and then I watched him do it, and I'm going to guess probably Dean and Alex and Brendan probably sit in the same rooms. And,
Well, he quotes Dean all the time
oh, he does.
about being famous by making content, because he never wanted to, but then because he just wanted to be rich, not rich and famous. And Dean's all, well, being famous has allowed me to impact more people. And yes, are there weirdos? Do I get weird calls? Yes, but I'm able to impact people.
Yeah. So he did what they had shared with us, and he knows this and he does it. Is he said, here's the mistake that you make when you are doing a webinar, you're doing a lead magnet, whatever. Stop, give away your juiciest stuff. People are so afraid. Like if you watch that, well, he can do that because he's rich. I mean, come on, he was able to spend $250,000 on this part of it and this on ads and blah blah blah. Well, guess what though? He used those principles to get rich. Like don't sit back there and think. Like here's what I think that everyone needs to get. Everything that you hold back from sharing with others means that someone over here is going to hold back. You're not going to allow. I mean, you have an energy you have a restricted, scarce energy, and you don't need to be woo woo and kumbaya. But listen, you guys, it's like, listen, if you don't put money in the bank, you're not going to get interest. You don't put money in the bank, you can't go to that ATM machine and pull money out. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, your offer, your call to action, that is that debit card. Well, what's the money? That money is that goodwill that you have put in. And here's the tough one. You got to do it without expectation.
Yep. You got to give to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has to be good. Like after listening to that, and I have lots of stuff out there. Like I'm looking at everything I have. Like, how could this be better and be given away with less friction?
How many people do you think any people watched it in other businesses and missed it and saw it as not relative? Do you think there's some people that didn't go or didn't watch it and they saw it in their feed? I mean, we've got friends that are outside of the industry, other businesses that actually aren't in information services or not in SaaS. They've got other bricks and mortar type businesses. Do you think there's some, Suneet, that we may know are associated with it? Oh, that doesn't interest me. That's not relevant to me.
I am thinking of my friends that would do it, and I don't think any of them are still that closed-minded anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let me go deeper. Would your dentist?
He's younger than me. I think so. He's a cool guy, drives a Mercedes.
I mean, how many attorneys?
Attorneys,
how many dentists? How many
chiropractors, doctors?
I mean, how many HVAC? Well, HVAC guys now, because Grant Cardone's got that thing going.
Right. Yeah. Chiropractors like Alex Hormozi used to have an agency for chiropractor ads, I think, too. So. Right. But I mean, the opportunity for agents and leaders, I think, is massive. And this is the exact same thing that you taught me, the exact same thing that Jim Rohn taught us, the exact same thing that Brian Tracy taught us. It is these principles of giving to give. The more value that you bring the market, the more value the market will give you. It's so friggin' simple. So, make your stuff that you do give away not so manufactured, and make it good and genuine. Right?
and this was genuine. He did, and I think it's really important. Struggle, discovery, solution, victory.
Yeah, dude. Good one. Yes.
Big time. And so how does that relate to you? Because primarily the people watching this in the real estate industry, well, that's the story you tell the frustrated buyer or seller or the person that's paralyzed. You've got to have that story. What's the struggle? Maybe it was yours. Relativity. I mean, and see where they can, so they can see where they fit in the story. Well, no problem. I do that. My loan officer does that. You know what? Great. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the presentation. Say, you know what? Good old, like basic feel, felt, fun. Understand how you feel them. Sally felt the same way until she found this, right? And so he went into those places of making himself relatable. But I think the other thing that he showed too was here's the ultimate piece is that the not minimizing the guy's brilliance. I wouldn't be that dumb. He never quit and he's consistent.
Yes.
Like relentless.
Dude. Yes.
Relentless.
That's the very last. So one of the things he talks about in the book, outside of all the principles and all the techniques, is you only lose if you quit.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you 99% of the people around, they're a lot smarter than me. That's okay. I'm dumb enough to come in here every morning at 3, 4 a.m. and keep hitting something over and over.
Oh, yeah. But John, this happened overnight, right?
Of course. I don't know if you've heard me say it. This is good. Go. And here's the other thing too, this profound message. Has he said anything different there that he said in the last 2 or 3 years on his videos?
Dude, it's been so consistent. Like, I can notice now when he tells like a different story, because I heard the same one so many times. But look at Gary Vee, same thing.
Go on for entertainment. City, go do it just for entertainment. And I'll tell everyone else, you guys go to my YouTube channel, Jon Cheplak, or it's Cheplak Live, one of the two, who knows? Anyways, you guys go back 12 years. You'll see these 14 black and white. It's like say, this movie Head in the Black, just floating head. And there are a bunch of videos that I did, so monotone, but I did them. And I'm saying the exact same thing to my avatar 14 years ago that I'm saying it right now. I'm doing webinars, I'm training it. And so the bottom line is, you don't need something new. What else do I need to do? What else do I need to do? You don't need to do anything else. You need to master what you already know and have.
Yes.
And that's it. Not that complicated. So
good. Well, what
man?
I would love to talk about the book and the course at some point, but I'm not going to because it's so new. Because I want you to go out and either buy it or listen to it from Alex. If you're in real estate, it is 100%. It's applicable to everything, right? Like I'm waiting for my pile of books to come, even though I've listened to it and done the course, just so I can just go mark off, make sure that I've done everything. Because this is shit that we do. But I want to do it in this framework. Like it inspired me to get more data, cold outreach. I have 14 people making 300 calls every day. I don't have all the numbers that I want to know. Shame on me. I should know that, right? Like what's happening? Like there's been so many things that the agents and team leaders, broker owners can pick up from this right away. Do yourself the favor, get the course, get the book. It's cheap. How much is the book? $9 or $12? I don't know.
I don't even know. I just wanted to take all my money.
I know, exactly.
Well, here's what I'm gonna close with this. Ready?
Yes, close.
Here's the thing though. When you get in it, don't make this mistake. Well, I'm just gonna tweak it. Guess what? You'll never win because then you're a tweaker. Stop being a tweaker.
Yep. Good. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Reside Podcast. See you next time.